Hi, it's Dwyer. DwyerFootballNews.com, DwyerVIP.com. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. There are many NFL futures props available for entertainment purposes only for people who are looking at the odds on who's going to win the various divisions in the National Football League. Now, of these props, by far, in my opinion, by far, the best NFL futures prop currently being offered by entertainment outlets and casinos are the New England Patriots to win the AFC East at minus 400. Understand what a great prop this is. No other team in the division is close, right? The odds are better than you'd get with other strong divisional picks, such as the Houston Texans, who are currently a minus 556. So with New England, not only are you getting competitive odds, and keep in mind, a minus 400 means that if you win the bet, you get your money back and you get a 25% profit. Not too bad, given that today is August 18th, 2011, and this 25% is something you'd receive at the end of the season in January if New England performs up to expectations. Now let's talk about the AFC East. No other team in the division can match New England offensively. Perhaps their biggest competition are the New York Jets, and even Jet fans realize that their offense is anemic, right, when compared to the New England Patriots. Understand, the Patriots have the best quarterback in the AFC in Tom Brady, right? No other quarterback has his resume. No other quarterback consistently throws for big yardage like Tom Brady in the conference, right? Let's remember, Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees are in the NFC, not the AFC. Certainly, at a minimum, Tom Brady is much better than Mark Sanchez or Tim Tebow, Ryan Tannehill, or Ryan Fitzpatrick, the other quarterbacks in the division. Right? Let's also look at the rest of the offense. The Pats have the best set of tight ends in the National Football League. Right? Whether or not you believe Rob Gronkowski is the best tight end in football, and a case can be made that he is. Look at his touchdowns for last year. I know the fantasy football crowd has him on their radar. Understand that the other tight end is Aaron Hernandez, who might even be more athletic than Gronkowski and who is certainly a red zone threat. In terms of the wide receivers, understand that the Patriots have added Brandon Lloyd, who reunites with Josh McDaniels, right? Keep in mind, Josh McDaniels was the head coach in Denver. He's now the Patriot offensive coordinator. And keep in mind, the Patriots still have Wes Welker. They still have Deion Branch, both of whom work well with Tom Brady. And now they've added speed in Jeff Demps, the silver gold medalist in the Olympics, right? And so you're talking about a spread offense that's going to be almost impossible to stop, because of the elite tight ends, the elite possession receiver, as well as the ability to stretch the field with Lloyd and Jeff Demps. And, of course, the trigger man is the best quarterback in the conference, right? Let me also point out, too, if you look at the preseason, and I understand there's some questions about the Patriot defense. Certainly the Patriot offense is stronger than the Patriot defense. But understand that the defense this preseason recently held a high-octane New Orleans Saints to 6 points in a preseason game. 6. Now, I'm not saying that the preseason is the regular season, but what I am saying is the Saints have not looked that bad in a preseason or postseason game for quite some time. Let me also point out, too, that I believe it goes without saying that the Saints have the best head coach in the division. No knock on Rex Ryan and the others, but Bill Belichick is the only coach in that division with numerous rings, right? And let's remember, Belichick has experience in winning the AFC East, in dominating the AFC, and also he has familiarity with his players. Let's remember that these Patriots are the defending AFC champions. I believe the casinos are practically giving away 25% on this pick. I like New England at -400 to win the AFC East. Let me hear from you. Let me also point out, too, in looking at the other divisions, right? We really don't know what's going to happen between the Giants, the Eagles, and the Cowboys in the NFC East. Let me also point out that while the Bears look like they've improved, the Bears have to be acutely aware of the fact that they have to deal with the Green Bay Packers, and of course you have this rising beast out there with the Detroit Lions. Let me point out, too, that, when you look at the New Orleans Saints, they've had, at best, a very rocky offseason, right? You're talking about high-level guys like the coach, Sean Payton, one of the best in the game, getting suspended. You're talking about litigation between the league and players, bounties. We just don't know what they're going to do, right? I think they're open questions. And let me say this with the San Francisco 49ers, and I know a lot of people like that team and are riding that bandwagon hard. Now, I'm a big Randy Moss fan, no question about it. But Randy Moss didn't play last year. The year before that, Randy Moss was on no one's Pro Bowl ballot, right? Randy Moss is a couple seasons removed from being Randy Moss. Maybe he bounces back. Maybe he ends up in the Pro Bowl. Maybe he continues the legacy of great 49er wide receivers, right? Jerry Rice, T.O., now Randy Moss, right? But maybe not. Let me also point out, too, that Alex Smith was a free agent last year. Now, we heard a lot about Peyton Manning during free agency. The 49ers themselves went after Peyton Manning. My point is simply this. If you have a Ferrari parked in the driveway, why would you shop for other cars, other expensive cars, if only one car is going to be the car you go with every game? Well, the 49ers, curiously, actually entered the Peyton Manning sweepstakes. I believe that casts doubt on their commitment to Alex Smith. And let me also say, too, that, Alex Smith had a problem connecting with any wide receiver in certain playoff games. He certainly feasted on his tight end, Vernon Davis. But look at the few receptions by 49er wide receivers in the game against the Giants, the NFC Championship game. And so, my point to you is simply this. We don't know about that 49er offense. I don't know if Alex Smith is going to be able to work things out and thrive with Randy Moss deep. It hasn't happened in a preseason game. Moss just joined the team, right? Michael Crabtree, a former high pick in the NFL draft, quite frankly, hasn't been on anyone's Pro Bowl ballot. He disappeared in the playoffs. I think the questions about the 49er offense raise doubts about the team, especially in a division where the Arizona Cardinals, I believe, had 8 wins last year, right? That division, I believe, is more in play than the AFC East. where the Patriots have an easy schedule, and of course the Patriots have added to their talent, and nothing is scarier than considering the idea that Tom Brady now has even more familiarity with Rob Gronkowski, right? Those two could be a pretty lethal pair for quite some time. I think anyone thinking about futures props needs to look hard at that AFC East prop, the Patriots at -400. That seems like a spectacular offer. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments for me here online. Visit us at DwyerFootballNews.com, DwyerVIP.com, GamblersAdvisory.com. Thanks for watching.